Hey there, friends. Welcome to another juicy celebrity drama update. I'm so excited to dive into this one. It's sure to be a wild ride. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the latest celebrity news and gossip. I promise I'll keep things fun, lighthearted, and entertaining. No boring, dry reporting here. Just the good stuff. Alright, let's get right into it. Earlier this week, some paparazzi photographers managed to capture some absolutely shocking footage outside the Carter family home. Little Blue Ivy, the 12-year-old daughter of music's royal couple Jay-Z and Beyoncé, was seen begging her dad to take her and her mom back. Now, if you've been keeping up with the Carters, you'll know that there have been some major relationship troubles in that household lately. Rumors have been swirling for months about Jay and Bey heading for a split, and it seems like the cracks in their famously strong marriage are really starting to show. From what we can gather from the video, it looks like Blue Ivy is absolutely desperate to keep her family together. She's crying, pleading with her dad, even going as far as to throw herself at his feet. The poor girl is clearly devastated by the thought of her parents separating. Of course, the big question on everyone's mind is, what exactly happened between Jay-Z and Beyoncé to drive them to this point? We'll dive into all the juicy details in just a bit. But first, let's take a look at the footage that has the whole internet talking. Make sure to watch all the way to the end, because you're not going to want to miss my analysis and predictions for what might happen next. Ready? Let's go. It's a beautiful sunny day, and the house looks pristine as usual. Suddenly, the camera pans to the front gates, where we see a figure running towards the entrance. As it gets closer, we can make out that it's Blue Ivy, Beyoncé and Jay-Z's 12-year-old daughter. Blue is visibly distressed, her face streaked with tears. She's wearing a simple t-shirt and jeans, her hair a mess. This is a far cry from the poised, polished young lady we're used to seeing at red carpet events and award shows. As Blue reaches the gates, she starts frantically pounding on them, yelling out, "Daddy, Daddy, please. You have to come back." Her voice is shaky with emotion. After a moment, the gates swing open and out steps Jay-Z, looking concerned. He approaches his daughter cautiously, placing a hand on her shoulder. "Blue, hey, what's wrong? What happened?" Blue grabs onto Jay's arm, looking up at him with pleading eyes. "Daddy, you have to go get Mommy. Please, you have to bring her back home." Jay-Z's brow furrows, and he glances around nervously, as if worried the whole scene is being recorded. "Sweetheart, what are you talking about? Where's your mother?" "She left, Daddy." Blue sobs. "She packed up all her things and she's gone. You have to go find her and bring her back home, please." Jay-Z's expression shifts to one of realization and concern. He gently pulls Blue into a hug, rubbing her back soothingly. "Oh, baby girl, I'm so sorry you're going through this. I know it must be really hard." Blue clings to her father, her small frame shaking with each sob. "I don't want you and Mommy to get divorced," she wails. "Please, Daddy, you have to fix it. You have to make her come back." Jay's face falls at his daughter's words. He takes a deep breath, clearly struggling to find the right thing to say. "Blue, sweetie, I wish it were that simple. But sometimes, even when two people love each other very much, things just don't work out. Your mom and we've been going through a really tough time lately." "No." Blue cuts him off, pulling away to look up at him imploringly. "You can't give up. You have to fight for her, Daddy. For us. We're a family. We can't just fall apart like this." Jay-Z opens his mouth to respond, but before he can, the front door of the house flies open and Beyoncé emerges, luggage in hand. She's wearing dark sunglasses and a somber expression, clearly distraught. "Blue," she calls out, hurrying over to where her daughter is standing with Jay. "Sweetheart, what are you doing out here?" Blue spins around, rushing to her mother's side. "Mommy, please don't go," she begs. "Don't leave us, please. Daddy wants you to come back. I know he does." Beyoncé's face softens with empathy as she pulls Blue into a tight hug. "Oh, my darling girl. I'm so sorry you're having to see this." She looks up at Jay-Z over Blue's shoulder, the two of them exchanging a weighted glance. "Bey," Jay starts, taking a step towards them. "We should talk about this. Figure things out." Beyoncé shakes her head, a sad smile on her lips. I think it's too late for that, Jay. She turns her attention back to Blue. Baby, I need you to understand that this isn't about you, okay? Your daddy and I, we've grown apart. And sometimes, even when two people love each other very much, they have to go their separate ways. Blue's eyes go wide with panic. No, that can't be true. You and Daddy are supposed to be together forever. Beyoncé smooths a hand over Blue's hair, her own eyes glistening with unshed tears. I wish it were that simple, sweetheart. But the truth is, your father and we've been fighting a lot lately. And I need some space to figure things out on my own. But Blue tries to interject, but Beyoncé cuts her off gently. Sure, it's okay, baby. I know this is hard, but I promise, no matter what happens, your dad and I will always love you. You're the most important thing in the world to us. She presses a tender kiss to Blue's forehead, then carefully extracts herself from the embrace. Blue watches helplessly as Beyoncé turns and heads back towards the house, pausing only to exchange another loaded look with Jay-Z. Then she's gone, the front door closing behind her with a sense of finality. Blue stands there, frozen, staring at the empty space where her mother just stood. Slowly, she turns to face Jay-Z, her eyes pleading. Daddy, please, you have to go after her. You can't let her leave. Jay-Z lets out a heavy sigh, running a hand over his face. He reaches out to pull Blue into another hug, and she clings to him desperately. I wish I could, sweetheart. But sometimes things just don't work out the way we want them to. Blue shakes her head vehemently. No, that's not true. You and Mommy are supposed to be together forever. You have to fight for her, Daddy. You can't just let her go. Jay-Z holds Blue tightly, his own eyes glistening with unshed tears. I wish it were that simple, baby girl. But the truth is, your mom and we've been going through a really rough patch. And sometimes, even when two people love each other very much, they can't make it work anymore. Blue pulls back, staring up at her father in disbelief. But you love each other. I know you do. You have to find a way to fix it, Daddy. Please, you just have to. I understand this is a deeply difficult and emotional situation, Jay-Z. Navigating the end of a relationship, especially when children are involved, is never easy. While I cannot provide a simple solution, I can offer a sympathetic ear and some thoughts that may provide a constructive perspective. The end of a marriage is often complex, with many factors contributing to the breakdown. It's understandable to feel sorrow and regret, especially when considering the impact on your daughter. However, try not to be too hard on yourself or your ex-wife. Sometimes, despite our best efforts, two people simply grow apart or can no longer reconcile their differences. The most important thing now is to prioritize Blue's well-being throughout this transition. Focus on maintaining open communication, ensuring she feels loved and supported by both of you, and establishing a new normal that provides stability and security. With patience, empathy, and a commitment to co-parenting, you can help Blue through this challenging time. I know there are no easy answers, but I encourage you to be gentle with yourself and your family during this process. Seeking counsel from trusted friends, family, or a therapist may also provide valuable perspective and coping strategies. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need any other support.